National Championship Wrestling. I'm Tim Tyler along with Edgar Wallace. We have 60 minutes of wrestling action for you today, so stick around with us. We have received word that the Convertible Blondes have gone about some reorganization plans. We'll have more about that later. But one-third of the former Convertible Blondes, Rick Starr, has signed a Southeastern heavyweight title match against Ronnie Garvin. We will have that match for you right here next week on television. Of course, Ronnie Garvin is still suffering from that back injury. Coming up today, Sleeping Lanny taking on Ron Strunk. We'll be presenting our Rookie of the Year award to Bill Martin. Our second match of the day, it's Ramdy Savage against Chief Tapu. We'll have a videotape of a match between Ernie Ladd and Crusher Broomfield. And in some tag action today, the Great T.O. and Pistol Pez Whatley against Ricky Cook and Rick Zarta. Sitting with us here at the desk is ICW promoter George Weingroff. And George, we understand that you are suffering from a broken jaw. How did this come about?
Well, I have a fracture on the right side here, and Tim, it actually began, I was in a title defense match with Lanny against the Convertible Blondes, and I was nailed by Rip Rogers, and at the time, I really didn't know, I knew I was suffering, but I didn't know what the problem was, and then a short time after that, I was finished off by Pez Whatley in a TV match, and it definitely has a clean break, and it looks like I'm going to be wired up here with braces on my teeth and wires for maybe 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how well it heals now.
So will you be out of wrestling action for those 6 to 8 weeks?
Oh, yes, definitely will.
And we're looking at George's x-rays here. A few moments ago, we can't show it to you on television because it's hard to see x-rays, but you do have the crack on the left side.
No, it's on the right side, right. And, it's just, one of those things, you got to expect when you get in the ring, But hopefully it'll be off soon. It's, it feels like it's beginning to heal, and I'll be ready to go.
Okay, George, we wish you best of luck. Coming up next on ICW Wrestling, it's Sleeping Lanny against Ron Strunk. We'll have that action after you see this. We're back, all set, ready to go with our first match today. It's Sleeping Lanny against Ron Strunk. Edgar, let's go with the official introductions.
You've got it. The first match is one fall, 15-minute time limit. And let's go to the ring in the red corner at 228 pounds from Amarillo, Texas, Sleeping Lanny. And in the blue corner at 223 pounds from Somerset, Kentucky, Ron Strunk. And, of course, referee Dale Edwards is motioning for us to hit the bell and get action underway.
And here we go. Sleeping Lanny, Ron Strunk at it here. We haven't seen Ron Strunk in action in quite some time, Edgar, but of course he is always set and ready to go. He has his hands full here with Leaping Lanny, who, look at the strength Lanny's exhibition here. Up and over. Will he get out of it?
Lanny is as agile a wrestler as we've ever seen in the ring.
Yes, he is.
Or in the square circle is bad.
The square circle, yes.
Ernie Ladd calls it the square circle, too. And, of course, we're going to get to see some of Ernie Ladd a little later in today's program. And he has that arm of Ron Strunk, and he's sliding him along the mat there.
Definitely a match of strength here. Referee Dale Edwards down checking Ron Strunk for submission. Okay, he gets out of it. Ron is to the floor. Making himself reorganized, and back he comes in. And that headlock again, up and over, takes him down. Working on the left arm of Ron Strunk.
And now the wrist and the arm. Ron Strunk seems to be in there, I think. Another flip.
Still working on that left arm as he continues to apply pressure.
Hasn't even tried for a pin yet.
No, he hasn't. He is
just working on arm and wrist. Referee Dale Edwards asking Ron Strunk if he's ready to submit, and he is not.
Bit of an unusual style here for Leaping Lanny. Edgar, we have seen Lanny go through all sorts of holds, but this is just applying pressure to the neck and arm region.
He is indeed. That's what we'll be seeing a lot of Lanny alone with George's injury being out of commission for 6 to 8 weeks.
1, 2.
Ron Strunk flipping Lanny over. Now he's trying it again against the turnbuckles. Picks him up and over. Covers him. 1 count. And Ron Strunk rolling over on Dale Edwards. There's one of Lanny's drop kicks.
Drop kicks.
taking Strunk up and over. Lanny on the outside of the ring now. And up on the top rope, covers him.
1, 2, and 3 it is.
That is it.
And it's all over.
Leaving Lanny victorious over Ron Strunk.
Lanny defeating Ron Strunk. A good job he did at that.
Yes, he did. Edgar, a bit of a sad note here. I have to announce that we have received word that Crusher Broomfield's sister, who was suffering from leukemia for quite some time, has recently passed away, so we don't expect Crusher Broomfield to be with us for the next couple of weeks, so we want to send our condolences to Crusher Broomfield.
We certainly
and his family. A lot of people have asked us recently, we have, of course, the Southeastern title match coming up next week as Rick Starr takes on the current holder, Ronnie Garvin. A lot of people have asked us to explain how the Southeastern title came about and who all has held the title throughout the years. So let's take a look now at the history of the Southeastern heavyweight title belt.
On January 12, 1973, in Montgomery, Alabama, Dick Steinborn won the title tournament. In Columbus, Georgia, on May 22, 1973, Ron Fuller defeated Dick Steinborn. On July 1, 1975, in Johnson City, Tennessee, Dick Steinborn defeated Ron Fuller. On September 5, 1975, in Knoxville, Tennessee, Ronnie Garvin defeated Dick Steinborn. On May 6, 1977, Ronnie Garvin was stripped of the Southeastern title, but permitted to enter the tournament. On July 10, 1977, in Knoxville, Ronnie Garvin defeated the Mongolian Stomper in the finals of the tournament. On May 26, 1979, Ronnie Garvin quit the NWA because of the policy of that wrestling organization of not accepting challenges from other groups. On July 15, 1979, Ronnie Garvin returned from Japan to wrestle for the ICW, where he has to accept all challenges. On October 15, 1979, Bob Orton Jr. defeated Ronnie Garvin in Knoxville, Tennessee. And on January 6, 1980, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Ronnie Garvin defeated Bob Orton Jr. And the current ICW Southeastern Heavyweight Champion is the one-man gang, Ronnie Garvin.
Okay, there you have it, the history of the Southeastern heavyweight title belt. And like we said, coming up next week, former member of the Convertible Blondes, Rick Starr, has signed a contract to wrestle Ronnie Garvin in a title match. That's coming up next week, a big, big event here.
That could be more of the continuing saga of the title, of the Southeastern title.
Yes,
Ricky Starr is quite a contender and is
Ricky Starr probably wants to, of course, everyone is aware of the back injury that Ronnie Garvin is suffering from the lead pipe incident that took place a couple of weeks ago between himself and Pistol Pez Whatley and Great Theo and that fiasco. But maybe Rick Starr wants to catch Ronnie Garvin while he's down, so he thinks he has.
Right, but you know what Ricky fails to realize, Ronnie has not missed a match.
No, he hasn't.
We missed him on television here for a week or two, but he has not missed a match in any of the arenas.
He's been out on the road and doing fine, so that we'll have to wait and see next week.
That's exactly right. Of course, later in the program today, we've got what all? We've got Bill Martin, who's going to receive the Rookie of the Year award.
His ICW Rookie of the Year award to award to Bill Martin. We'll be talking to Bill about how his career is going to go forward now that he is receiving this award.
Exactly.
We have a match coming up between Randy Savage and Chief Tapu. That should be good. A videotape look at a match between
Ernie Ladd
and Crusher Broomfield. This is something really to see. Two giants.
Two big men. I remember when I first saw Ernie Ladd, I looked straight up at him, and of course, always have to look up at Crusher Broomfield. And unfortunately, we mentioned already that Crusher won't be with us today in person because he's at home with his family after the loss of his sister. So that's today's program. It's going to be a great program, and the fans ought to stay right there at their sets.
Exactly. Coming up next, we'll be talking with Rookie of the Year, Bill Martin. We'll be back after you see this. The occasion to present Bill Martin with the ICW Rookie of the Year award, and this beautiful plaque right here, Bill, is all yours. Congratulations to you.
So we said all along in the preceding programs that Bill was a top contender for the Rookie of the Year award, and of course it's all over with the shouting now, Bill, and we really want to give you our congratulations. Of course, in 1980, the Rookie of the Year was Danny Doyle, and in 79, Rick McCord, and you had occasion to defeat Rick McCord on two different times, so you definitely should be a contender. What do you have to say, Bill?
Well, you know, this is one of the happiest moments in my life. You know, I always wanted to be a wrestler since I was young.
And I trained very hard, and I worked very hard for it, and it paid off. And you know, it's one of the highlights of my career. And I always look back on this day because you know, I was really happy. You know. Wonderful. Bill, where does your career go from here? Well, you know, everybody, you know, looks forward toward gold, you know, and every wrestler's goal is to be, you know, world champion someday, you know. And maybe someday in the future I will be, and maybe I will get a shot at, you know, Randy Savage's world title. And, but, you know, I don't want anything to happen to me like it did Danny Doyle, because Danny Doyle went against Randy Savage for world title, and Savage put him in the hospital, you know. Nobody hasn't seen Doyle since. And I don't know how he is or anything. I just don't hope that don't happen to me. And I do hope I get the title, you know. But this time you just want to savor your Rookie of the Year award and enjoy the pleasure of being Rookie of the Year. Yeah. You know, it's really great, you know. There's nothing else I can say about it, you know.
Okay, Bill, while we have you here, let's take a look at some action that you were involved in the match between yourself and Rick Starr. With the action of our director, Jim Piston, we'll go ahead and roll this tape. Here it is right here.
Yeah, Rick Starr just took me down like that. I did a sit out. He couldn't hold on to me, you know. Starr's a very tough wrestler and very confident. Of course, Starr's now on his own, having left Convertible Blondes. Larry, I put a hammer lock on, sit out.
10 minutes left in the match.
Marcus and ropes.
Of course, Ricky Starr tuning himself up for that upcoming Southeastern
Title match with Ronnie One-Man James Garvin. Right there, he reversed my own move on me. I was going to turn the Coleman turnbuckle and reversed it on me. Now he's taking advantage of me there. He's got me dazed. He's doing one of those Pistol Pez Whatley headbutts thing. I think that's this. And right there, you know, I see stars. You know, I just put her out.
Picks you up there and flips you down.
For the cover. Don't you manage? Yeah, it's fairly spectacular.
Looks like, okay, there's another member of the Convertible Blondes on the outside. Gary Royal, I believe it is, on the outside of the ring. This is a single match between yourself and Rick Starr. And then you down again, Bill.
Yeah.
But pulled you up.
He pulled me up. He was confident to himself.
Yeah. Looks like he wanted to punish you a little bit more. Right. Things look reversed.
Yeah. The backslide after I took him right there.
And so you were victorious over Rick Starr.
Ricky Starr was very upset. He had occasions to could have won the match, and could have had you pinned, and I didn't take his opportunity. And I've been training hard and everything, and I just slipped one up on him there. And I did defeat him.
Okay, so congratulations to our 1981 Rookie of the Year, Bill Martin. Thanks so much, Bill. Okay, let's get back to wrestling action now. Our next match is Randy Savage and Chief Tapu. Chief Tapu is already in the ring, and of course, as you know by now, here comes Randy Savage's music, and we're awaiting the entrance of the ICW World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Savage. And Randy likes to use this tactic to psych up his opponents, make them wait on him. Here he comes, Randy Savage.
Who's back tonight? Because the ICW World Heavyweight Champion. So you man, that one man and one man alone, the one in a million champ, the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Randy Savage was one of his
Macho Man is missing, and the confetti is missing, and the light show's missing, but Randy Macho Man Savage is ready.
Okay, let's go now to the ring for the official introductions for our second match of the day.
And for the second match of the day, this match is a one called 20-minute time limit. And from in the red corner, at 240 pounds from Hawaii, Chief Tapu. And, of course, at 235 pounds in the blue corner, from Sarasota, Florida, ICW World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Macho Man Savage.
Randy Savage with the world belt in his hand.
He got a few boos from the audience.
Yes, he did. As Randy Savage's music continues to play here.
As he disrobes in one of his $1 million robes.
Okay, referee Dillard, we're signaling for the bell. The match is underway. Chief Tapu, Randy Savage at it here. Chief Tapu had Savage into the ropes already.
Savage is an intense wrestler. Interesting, particularly when you hear television at ringside, you can see the look on his face.
Can. You never know what to expect from Randy Savage.
Absolutely never.
Like we said, the Miss Brenda Britton was missing along with the confetti today for reasons unknown, but Takes him down.
Not everything great, but Chief Tapu manages to break away.
We always like to talk about the Chiefs' former football career. You got a kick out of the name of the team. He was a nose guard for the Wheelie Vikings over in Hawaii.
Wheelie Vikings.
Randy Savage now out on the floor. Coming back in.
Of course, many of the ICW fans, wrestlers, had careers in other sports other than wrestling. Randy himself was a baseball player. Of course, he tells us he was great at that, too.
He always liked to point out he was definitely ambidextrous. He could throw and bat both left and right-handed.
Right. And of course, in recent tapes, we've shown the fans that he has competed in Macho Man contests, or physique contests, and come out quite well. He has uprised both.
Okay, Randy has the Chief down on the mat now. One shoulder pinned. Trying for the left shoulder.
And he's working on that.
Comes out of it.
Really putting some punishment on that arm.
Chief back on his feet as Savage continues to apply the pressure to the left arm of Chief Tapu.
And he's asking whether the Chief will submit.
Now Edwards down checking with Chief Tapu for the submission. Chief still in there, though.
He certainly is. Of course, the Macho Man is panting quite a bit. Chief takes Randy into the rope. Randy jerks Chief off the rope.
Dale Edwards calling for a break because Chief had Randy tied up in the ropes.
On that same arm again.
There he is, applying more pressure.
And the Chief is not going to submit. This match is a one-fall, 20-minute time limit. Still working on that. Of course, the power of the Chief is evident there as he managed to break that hold and reverse it. Now he has the left arm of Randy Macho Man Savage.
Just reversal of what was going on moments ago with Chief on the other end of this.
Exactly. Macho Man is working around trying to get out.
Savage is not one to give up, though. Yeah?
Definitely not one to give up.
Okay, we're going to take a break now at ICW Wrestling. We'll be back with more wrestling action after you see this.
Broomfield, Illinois, April the 10th, 8:30 p.m. at the Prairie Capital Convention Center, and in Decatur, Illinois, Saturday, April the 24th, 8:30 p.m. at the Civic Center. And with me today, I have the former world heavyweight champion, Leaping Lanny.
Well, I bought myself an ICW wrestling calendar, and I have circled April 10th, 1982, because that's the day that I'm coming to Springfield, Illinois. And I'll tell you what, there's a rumor going around that Randy Savage is going to have to put up his title against a suitable challenger. Now, we're going to have to wait until the new rankings come out. But I sure do hope that my name might be somewhere on that list, and that someday soon, maybe in Decatur, Illinois, on April 24th, but I'd like to get Randy Savage in that ring because I am the former champion, and he defeated me March 13th, 1979. I'm telling you what, Randy Savage, I'm very interested in getting in the ring with you and taking away that world championship belt because when you parade around with it, I suffer right here because I know that it can go either way sometimes. I mean, you know, Los Angeles Dodgers, they beat the New York Yankees, but it could have gone either way. But they're the world champions, and I'm going to be world champion, too. At least I hope so. And wouldn't it raise the roof if it happened in Springfield, Illinois, or Decatur? Because that's where it would mean the most, because all the cards and letters are coming in, and I know that's what you want.
The Windwalker, an epic adventure. The most authentic Indian film ever made. The Windwalker.
Back with Randy Savage and Chief Tapu still out in the ring. Let's go back now to the ring for this action.
What the fans missed, of course, as we had that brief break, was Randy Macho Man Savage throwing Chief Tapu into the turnbuckle. And, of course, he had him on the mat 2 times at least during that break. Macho Man is really putting some punishment on the Chief, but the Chief is holding his own indeed and demonstrating the power that he has as he breaks the holes that Randy puts him in.
When Chief Tapu first came to the ICW from Hawaii, he let us know in one of his few speeches that he was definitely after the world title that Randy Savage has. Back and forth. Deep clothesline. Covers him. A 1 count.
That Rip Rogers is famous for that clothesline.
Okay, Randy Savage out of the ring onto the floor now.
Decided
Down on one knee.
Take a little rest, and referee Dale Edwards counting.
The Chief Tapu wanting Randy to get back into the ring.
The Macho Man
back in now.
Needed a brief rest behind the clothesline. That Chief Tapu.
Randy Savage
uses those ropes to his advantage.
Yes, he does.
A little tired, a little exhausted, he uses the rope to get away from his opponent and get a brief breather.
Okay, the Chief's got
head scissors.
Savage in a headlock.
And those legs are powerful.
Referee Dale Edwards asking Savage did he give up, and he said no, loud no.
He will not give up. But can you imagine the power of the Chief's legs? And look at Randy. Of course, you can...
What is he doing? He kicks out of it. How about that?
Well, we can't argue with the fact that Randy Macho Man Savage is strong and is, in fact, powerful. If he can power drive Crusher Broomfield at 454 pounds.
We saw that. That's right. Into the ropes now. And a knee to the back of Chief Tapu.
Right to the small of the back. There he goes into the turnbuckle again.
Chief. Tied up in the ropes there, somehow flipped over.
The Chief might be in just a little trouble, but he still manages to kick out before the pin. The Macho Man is into the Chief's hair. He's trying. A 2 count. Savage using the hair to his advantage. There he goes. Is he getting on the top rope again? Of course, the lights are probably out, and that's 1.
No, only a 2 count. Randy Savage arguing with the referee Dale Edwards said that was a 3 count, but no, it was only a 2.
And now he'll want to render some punishment to Chief Tapu. Of course, Chief
has him in the ropes. What's he going to do here? Using the top rope to flip Chief Tapu across the ring.
Chief Tapu now taking punishment from Randy Savage, but he managed to get a lick back in. Elbow to the top of the head. The Chief dazed, and that goes him into the turnbuckles. And there he goes for another flip. Has the Chief on the mat. And a knee right to the neck.
Yes. Crowd encouraging Chief Tapu at this point.
Crowd is encouraging the Chief, and the Chief is fighting back.
Throws him out into the floor, right onto the concrete floor.
And now he's on the top
rope. Look at this. Randy Savage on the top rope. Jumps on Chief Tapu from the top rope into the floor. This could be all for Chief Tapu. Savage throwing Chief Tapu back into the ring.
The Chief has definitely demonstrated that he has the fortitude to stay, though.
He didn't have time to realize what happened there. Randy Savage on the second rope jumping Chief Tapu.
If he didn't get that pin, Randy Savage is
here we go.
Put all the power driver on Chief Tapu. And the power driver is done, and Chief Tapu is out. And Randy did not let jerk him up. He is definitely intent on
another power driver.
Chief Tapu today. He's upset with referee Dale Edwards, so he's putting the punishment to Chief Tapu.
That is it.
It's all over at this time.
That is all over. Randy Savage defeating Chief Tapu after a series of power drivers on the Chief. Jumping out of the ring.
Right in front of the camera. And of course, he's not coming over to talk to us today, but he's done all the punishment he wants to do to Chief Tapu.
Okay, when we come back, it's Inside ICW. We'll be back. With me today on Inside International Championship Wrestling, Gary Royal and Hustler Rip Rogers of the Convertible Blondes. Gentlemen, we have a tape to look at here of a recent match that took place between yourselves and Ricky Zarta and Chief Tapu. Let's have your comments on this match as we take a look at this tape. Gary?
Okay, Tim Tyler, first of all, I'd like to say that you probably have noticed that Rick Starr is not out here with us today.
The other third of the Convertible Blondes is not with us.
Okay, I've got an announcement to make. It's very important. The Hustler Rip Rogers and myself are still going to go after the United States Tag Team Championship belts. Rick Starr has changed his goals, and he is no longer going to be a third of the Convertible Blondes. He's going to go after Ronnie Garvin's Southeastern title. There's no animosity between us. Rick Starr, Hustler Rip Rogers, and myself, no hard feelings. Just that we want the tag team belts. He wants an individual belt, and I want to wish him the best of luck in his ventures. As you can see right here, the Convertible Blondes are wrestling Chief Tapu and Rick Starr, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this will be another great victory for the Convertible Blondes.
Rip, what about this announcement? The Convertible Blondes are breaking up.
Well, Gary said it quite well. What happened was the Convertible Blondes used to be Hustler Rip Rogers, Gary Royal, and Ricky Starr. Now, we almost reached the pinnacle of tag team wrestling, that of being the United States Tag Team Champion. But we didn't quite make it because of the wild card tournament. Now, what happened, like, we worked as a team, trained as a team, grew as a team. We trained together, worked together, planned strategy together. And we almost won the belt, but not quite. Now, we had a big meeting to reevaluate the situation. Gary and myself, we decided we want those United States Tag Team belts, and we will eventually get those United States Tag Team Championship belts. Ricky became a bit discouraged, decided he wanted to go out on his own and go after that Southeastern heavyweight title belt held by Ronnie Garvin. Gary said, fine. I said, fine. The Convertible Blondes will break up. Gary and Rip, we're still after those United States heavyweight tag team champions, and Ricky, you go after and win that Southeastern heavyweight title match. So now, Gary and Rip, we can train together. We can think more as one now. And Ricky, we wish him the best of luck and the most success in winning that Southeastern belt. Exactly right, Tim. I want to reiterate the point that Rip has just made. The fact that the two of us will be a tag team together every night, you know, our wrestling, it's going to make us stronger. We train harder. We train together. And Rick Starr will be able to set his goals at the one point that he's got, and he'll be able to train strictly for that one point. And I believe it'll make him much more successful in his venture to get Ronnie Garvin's Southeastern belt.
That's right. He, of course, has a Southeastern title match coming up with Ronnie Garvin in the near future. So you're saying he's going to set his sights on his personal goals of that, and thus the Convertible Blondes will be broken up as we know them now.
Yeah, we'll be split up. We won't be broken up completely. The Convertible Blondes will still be Gary Royal and Hustler Rip Rogers. There just won't be Rick Starr. He'll be an individual on his own, and I want to wish him the best of luck. But as you can see on this tape right here, Tim Tyler, the Convertible Blondes, we've got everything under control. We've never had any problems with any of the wrestlers in the ICW. And as far as we know right now, we probably never will.
Okay, Rip, any more words?
As you know, Tim, the Convertible Blondes are one of the most successful wrestling tags in tag team history. We will continue to do that. But now it's going to be Hustler Rip Rogers and Gary Royal. And as you can see on the monitor right now, it looks like a 1-2-3. It is a 1-2-3. Hustler Rip Rogers and Gary Royal have won another match. And the Convertible Blondes will live on and on, go on to further success, and we wish Ricky Starr the best for him.
Exactly right, Tim. I want to wish Rick the best, and no hard feelings, and Ricky, take care of business.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Ricky Starr is with us here in the studio. Ricky, let me get you over here and get your comments on this announcement that the Convertible Blondes have broken up and you are going out on your own.
Okay, as you probably heard, I am no Convertible Blonde, no. I'm known as Rick Starr. My goals are much bigger now. I'm coming after the Southeastern title. I'm coming after you, Ronnie Garvin. His back's hurt, and that makes things better for me. So, next week on TV, the match is already signed. I'm coming after the belt, Ronnie Garvin, and who knows, I may be walking out the new Southeastern champion.
So you set your personal goals on your own, and you're going out on your own.
Yes, I got tired of waiting. I mean, I'm a guy that goes after everything, and everything I want, I get. And I'm coming after that belt, and I'm coming at it hard. Ronnie Garvin, you better watch your back, because I'm...
Okay, thank you, Rick. We'll be back with more International Championship Wrestling after you see this.
Every month.
Okay, we are back with us, the great T.O., Pistol Pez Whatley. We have a videotape of a match that took place recently between Ernie the Cat Ladd and Crusher Broomfield, two giants in the ring. Let's take a look at that match right now. And Pez, I'm sure you'll have a few words to say about this match.
Pez always has a few words to say.
As you can see, the two behemoths, both men 6 feet 10, straddling each other. This is a great moment in ICW wrestling. See these big two men, but you know what's going to happen, and everybody else knows what's going to happen. Just like the great T.O. know what's going to happen. Ernie the Cat Ladd came in here and took care of business on that big Crusher. Made him suffer.
It doesn't look like.
He taught him, Edgar Wally, you can't see very well. He is telling him and showing them, you can see right now, the referee's checking with that Crusher Broomfield because he always trying to do something illegal, something wrong in the ring. The great T.O. and myself, we got things under control around here. And y'all gonna hear more and more from us as days go on. ICW is gonna hear more from us. Ask Ronnie Garvin. I see Crusher Broomfield is not at the studio today. They say that it's supposed to pass, but I believe he's scared. I believe they remember pipe dreams, baby. I believe they think about pipe dreams. You can see right now, Ernie the Cat Ladd all over Crusher Broomfield. Now the big fat hog is laying there for the kill. All the big cat has to do now is go and take care of business, and all you people will see that will be what will be going on. Ernie the Cat come all the way from Texas. Texas tall come in here stomping on his head. I told you, Ronnie Garvin ain't the only man that got people running around. That no other folks. Ronnie Garvin ain't the only one around here that can do the thing. Ronnie Garvin ain't the only one around here that know people that can cause destruction.
Now, let's go back to the match for a second there. It looks like Crusher has reversed on Ernie Ladd.
Yeah, you can see right now, the Cat is just measuring him. The Cat has been in many, many ring battles. Ernie the Cat Ladd has fought many, many tough opponents. And I don't dare say that Crusher is one of his most fiercest opponent, but like Ernie the Cat told me before, this Crusher Broomfield's a thorn in his side, and he's going to take care of him. He's going to be around just like the great one and myself is going to be around, taking care of people out here, letting people know like Leaping Lanny, George Weingroff, and that one-man gang, Ronnie Garvin, letting them know that we are here for war, Jack, and it ain't nothing else to be said but war. War. You can see right now, Ernie the Cat Ladd, Crusher Broomfield contesting for the win. But the Cat with all that great stamina, all pro, greatest. They call him the king. He wears a crown for the wrestling. And you can see right now, he in a raw manner, he is whooping Crusher Broomfield like it ain't nobody's business. And Crusher Broomfield from now on is gonna know that when the Pistol Man, Randy Macho Man Savage, or the great T.O. speaks, we mean business and nothing else but business.
Okay, you heard it there from Pistol Pez Whatley, his reaction to this match we're taking a look at here between Ernie Ladd and Crusher Broomfield.
There's plenty of action to all the fans in this match. Of course, Pez is saying that Ladd was putting the whooping on Crusher, but that's gone both ways throughout this match.
Yes, it did.
I'm going to interrupt you one more time, Edgar Wallace, and tell you that your eyes is deceiving you. You and Tim Tyler up there, y'all don't know what you're talking about. I don't believe you know what you're saying. Must be a mistake. What is happening around here? Everybody rebelling against me and T.O. and Cano. Well, we ain't going to put up with this mess much longer.
We're just talking like we see it.
Take care of business. Damn things is going to get more and more fierce. the big cat charges.
And runs into the turnbuckle because Crusher moves.
Hush out there. You don't know what you're talking about. The cat. Go take out.
Here you are now, Pez.
I had to get in there, in that ring, to show that Crusher that I meant business. And I'm finna take care of him in just a second. But somehow, man, who pushed me from behind? Somebody pushed me. I know they did. You see right now that big behemoth will pay. He'll pay now. That's for sure. The great Theo is up there now, showing them what's going on. The great Theo is just spread out his expertise, letting everybody know that he can take care of business. Now you see, I'm finna whoop on old Crusher.
Ernie Ladd, go over the top rope.
That's right.
Okay, we've got Pistol Pez Whatley and the Great T.O. scheduled a tag match here. As soon as the two gentlemen get in the ring, let's go now.
Tim, you know, I'm almost convinced that I do need glasses because when I view a tape with Pez Whatley, I just don't see it like
He
he
sees
does.
things different. Let's go down to the ring for the introduction for our next match of the day.
The third match is a one-fall TV time limit remaining tag team match, and it is in the red corner. At 215 pounds from Louisville, Kentucky, Ricky Cook. And his partner at 242 pounds from Madrid, Spain, Ricky Zarta. And, of course, that fellow you hear so much about, the great T.O. at 250 pounds from the island of Samoa, the great T.O., the former television champion. And I did say former television champion. Of course, at 234 pounds from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I don't know where he got his glasses, Bad Pistol Pez Whatley. Referee Dale Edwards signaling for the bell, and action is ready to go. It's
Tag match underway here.
T.O. and Zarta.
This should be an interesting match here.
I think I will. I really do think I'll check with an optometrist just to see if I need glasses, because, as I said, when I view a match, I just don't see it quite like Pez Whatley does.
Ricky Zarta, the great T.O. at it here.
Two powerful wrestlers.
Powerful. Fans expressed some concern about Ricky Zarta earlier. Of course, he had a leg injury 3 or 4 weeks ago, but he is back 100% now. He did indeed. Zarta and Pistol Pez in the ring now. There's the tag, the Ricky Cook. Ricky Cook working on a Pez Whatley.
And he's rushed over to the ring to get a tag on the T.O.
Okay, great T.O., Ricky Cook.
Of course, Ricky. T.O. used that
hair. Dale Edwards caught T.O. back there.
Dale Edwards is right on top of it today. Great T.O. gripping Ricky Cook and working on that left arm, and, of course, handing him over to Pez Whatley.
I knew it was almost useless to ask great T.O. any comments on that tape we were taking a look at, because T.O. says Cobra hold, and that's about it.
That's about all I've ever heard the great T.O. say, but when you're a partner of Pez Whatley's, you don't expect to talk much.
No, you don't.
Because Ricky Cook's taking the punishment right now from the great T.O. after the tag was made, and Pez Whatley looking
at a 1 count on Ricky Cook. Up and over. Another 1 count. Ricky Cook needs to get back over to Ricky Zarta.
I was thinking he needed to check that opportunity. Of course, there's one of Pez Whatley's famous headbutts into the ribs of Ricky Cook.
Pistol Pez Whatley saying now, make him suffer.
And he's working on the head and neck of Ricky Cook.
Ricky Cook into the ropes now. Calling for a break.
And Pez Whatley
head against the
turnbuckle. Ricky needs to move toward that other corner so he can get some relief from Ricky Zarta.
Against the turnbuckle again over there.
Of course, now Pez Whatley makes the tag, and the T.O. comes in. And a fist to the ribs of Ricky Cook. Flips him again. And now he's getting ready to put this famous nerve hold on Ricky
There
Cook.
it is. Ricky Zarta grimacing on the other side of the ring, wanting to get in to help his partner, Ricky Cook. Takes him down.
There again. Pez Whatley trying to get in on the action from the outside the rope.
Here comes Pez Whatley now. The headbutt.
That headbutt
There's the tag of Ricky Zarta.
And Ricky Zarta is going to meet that punishment back to Pez Whatley. Into the turnbuckle, he throws him, and up and over. And Pez Whatley.
Ricky Zarta all over Pez Whatley. Covers him.
Away from that ring because I knew that would happen. T.O. kicks Ricky Zarta right in the top of the head as he's working on Pez Whatley. So he needs to get Pez Whatley out in the middle of the ring.
Ricky Zarta with a fist to the face of Ricky Zarta.
And right into the turnbuckle in his own corner.
In his own corner. Did he tag Ricky Cook or did he not? I don't know what happened there.
I didn't see a tag made, but
Cook just sort of stood there, and he is the man in the ring now with the action. I don't think Ricky Zarta wanted to tag Cook there.
I don't believe he did tag him.
Yeah, there is a tag now.
And he's coming in to handle the great T.O. Of course, T.O. using the hair. He's been using the hair all day today.
Okay, now it's Pez Whatley and Ricky Zarta. A tag of Ricky Cook. Cook slid under Pez Whatley there.
And is he going to be able? No, he isn't. Pez was able to break, but then
look at that
reversal on the part of Ricky Cook. And Pez Whatley running to the corner to get the tag to the great T.O. Ricky showing the power.
How about that?
Body slam on the great T.O. The T.O. comes right back up with a fist to the throat. And Ricky Cook is down again.
Oh, yeah!
Look at that. There's the Cobra hold.
The Cobra hold and the
being applied by the great T.O. to Ricky Cook. Referee Dale Edwards down, checking for submission from Ricky Cook.
He will be gone. There's no two ways about it. Anytime the great T.O. puts that Cobra hold on.
That is it.
Referee Dale Edwards.
It's all over with. The great T.O. Pistol Pez Whatley victorious over Ricky Cook and Ricky Zarta. We'll be back with more International Championship Wrestling after this.
If you're a school club or civic organization with 40524.
Springfield, Illinois, April the 10th, 8:30 p.m. at the Prairie Capital Convention Center. Decatur, Illinois, Saturday, April the 24th, 8:30 p.m. at the Civic Center. And with me today, I have a very exciting wrestler, and he is the ICW World Heavyweight Champion, the Macho Man, Ramdy Savage.
You know, I've heard that date, Saturday, April the 10th, a lot of times in the last couple of weeks, man. And I've heard the date, Saturday, April the 24th, man, and I've heard that a lot of times in the last couple of weeks. One being Springfield, Illinois, the other being Decatur, Illinois. And the person on the other end of the phone is usually George Weingroff, the promoter, man, trying to talk some kind of sense into me, right? Yeah. Trying to talk about the possibility of me putting my ICW World Heavyweight Championship belt up in Springfield, Illinois on April the 10th, Saturday, yeah. Or Decatur, Illinois, Saturday, April the 24th, man. And I tell George Weingroff, I say, man, you get some kind of a contender, possibilities exist, yeah, possibilities exist, that I could put my ICW World Heavyweight Championship